Okay, welcome to our demo of our Bridgeport milling machine. It's got the belt drive head, 2-axis DRO, Techno Pewee guarding system. It's got 2 vices as requested by the customer. Okay, so this one, it's not a fully rebuilt machine, but it's a nice machine at a lower price level and perfectly good for any job. So we serviced it, made sure it's running great. So we're going to run through it now and just show you a quick video demo. Please obviously come down and see it for yourself in real life. If you want to press subscribe, that's also great as well. Okay, so lovely and smooth all the way across on the X-axis. Good lead screws there, really nice. Bedway's really good. Same with the Y, really nice all the way across. Lovely and smooth, almost no backlash. You'll notice that the Y moving on the DRO there, same with the X, gives you the good feedback there as to where the position is of the machine. These all been serviced, and that's running great. Locks have all been serviced, so the X, the Y and the knee have all been serviced and they're working great. The lube's been serviced, you'll see there's new lube pipe under there, new lube metering units, and that's all been checked and working as it should. We've added a new light and the DRO system, and they come on as soon as you turn the machine on, so when you hit the E-stop it doesn't turn those off because obviously you lose the data and so on. Okay, so moving on, let's just explain what all the switches do down the bottom here. So far right, that's the coolant. That's in the back of the machine. Next one, this is the power feed. And you see that works fine. The next one along is the slotted head, which is not fitted, so you don't have to worry about that. But the one far left, that's for this head here, so you do need that to be on. Okay, so that's working good. There's the power feed working as it should, and you can vary the speed to whatever you like. So that's working great. Okay, so moving on to testing the head and the quill. So this is a twin speed motor, so you get 2 speeds on the motor and you've also got low and high range on the gears. Now that gives you 4 speeds, so which is ideal. So you just put the belt in at a middle range and you've got pretty much everything you're going to need. Okay, fire it up. Right, we engage the quill. Before we do that, before you pull that handle, just make sure you've got the stop off the hard stop, so it doesn't want to be all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom. If you pull that handle and keep pulling it, you could break something if you haven't made sure it's in fresh air before you engage. It's really critical. Whoever's on the machine knows that, because it's quite a common cause of issues, you know. As you can see now, we've done a video demo to show you it working. So the only reason it wouldn't be working is because it's been forced. Okay, works great. I can also, again, see it just come off the stop and I reverse it by pushing that handle in and engage again, and you can see it feeds up just great as well. So it's got 3 different speeds. That's the highest, and you change it with this handle here. That's the slowest, and that's the medium down the bottom there. All working fine. But the types of work you're doing, you're probably not going to need that. So I'll show you how to disengage it in a second. Okay, so disengage again with this lever, and that's all fine. There's a quill lock there as well. Lock the quill with this lock here, so make sure that's off. If you do engage the feed, make sure the quill lock's off first as well. Okay, so now we're running at the slower speed on the motor, but we'll go to the 2nd speed now. You see it's working fine, and it really is going quickly now. Okay, that's the slower speed. Now back to off. Right, the brake is here. Make sure it's in the middle, okay? So it wants to be there before you fire up. And again in reverse, it's just fine as well. There we go, absolutely fine. You don't really need, the only reason the brake is there is for when you're changing the tools. So the vast majority of the time, you're not going to need the brake at all. I believe you're using the same 17mm cutter that's already in it, so you're not going to need to touch it. Okay, so let's change now from high, which is what we're in now, to low range. So to do that, you bring this handle forward, and you bring this handle to the side. Okay, and now we're in low range. And again, you've got the same 2 speeds, depending on whether you're going forward or reverse. just fine in low. So it doesn't matter if we're going forward or reverse, it's working fine. Right, and I'm going to just show you how to change from low to high now. It's critical you show whoever's going to go on the machine how to do this. Okay, so we need to move this handle to the back, okay, and this handle to the front. Okay, before you fire up, you must turn the spindle, and you hear it pop into place. Just watch your hands on the cutter because the cutter's very sharp. But it's critical you get it needs to drop into a big dog gear there. So that's what you're doing. You twist it and you're making it drop into the dog gear, and then it'll engage. Then you're safe to engage. See, that worked fine then. If you don't do that, it will make a funny noise. So it's really critical, especially when you're doing from low to high only. It's not the other way around. Okay. Before you go, before we finish, I want you to just think about one upgrade, which is the one for the quill here. I believe you're doing a lot of depth work, which would be with the quill. We can put a quill scale on here and change the DRO to a 3-axis, and that would give you a readout on here from there. So that would be ideal if you're coming to depth quite a lot with the quill. So that one fits on here, and we can do that pretty quickly. So demo over. Thanks for watching. If you want to, press subscribe. Have a great day.